My topic for the Who Are These Children research project was asthma. Having 3 students this year suffering from asthma, I thought that I would focus on childhood asthma. I thought that I knew plenty about this topic, but through this project, I learned so much more valuable information, and I hope you will too. Some background information on asthma. Asthma is the most common chronic illness in childhood and is becoming more prevalent in this age group. Asthma is a respiratory condition marked by spasms in the bronchi in the lungs. Asthma causes difficulty in breathing, which I'm sure all of you know. Causes of asthma. With the rise of childhood asthma, doctors and researchers have studied this illness and now know more about this disease than ever before. You might wonder how people get asthma. What are the causes? It is unclear why some people get asthma and others do not. Researchers believe the causes are a combination of environmental and genetic factors. Asthma triggers vary from person to person. The chart listed on this slide contains the most common triggers of asthma, and depending on the person, any of the things listed can trigger asthma. Some of the most common triggers are airborne allergens, respiratory infections, physical activity, cold air pollutants and irritants, certain medications, strong emotions or stress, and different preservatives found in food. Asthma symptoms. Just as the triggers of asthma are different from person to person, so are the symptoms. Some key signs to look for when identifying a child with asthma are a nighttime cough, shortness of breath, chest tightness, or chest pain. The leading symptom of asthma is wheezing when at rest or during physical activity. Wheezing is identified as a whistling sound made when breathing. Treatments of asthma. It is very important to treat a child's asthma no matter how good they think they feel. By treating a child's asthma, you are giving the child the ability to live a more normal lifestyle. Some of the most common asthma treatments are inhaled steroids, which are a long-term asthma treatment taken every day. When asthma attacks occur, a quick relief medicine can be used to relax the airways, allowing the child to breathe better. An oral or injected steroid may be used before introducing daily medicine. And lastly, an inhaler is used to have medicine reach the lungs directly. When a child is diagnosed as being asthmatic, a common action plan is made for that child. The asthma medication plan states the child's name, the medication that they receive morning, evening, or both, and what to do in case of an emergency, what to do in case the child has an asthma attack. The asthma medication plan also states who the plan was made by, so if there are any questions, you can contact that person directly. Next, I'm going to talk about the prevalence of asthma. I found a chart on the cdc.gov website that lists some information on the prevalence of asthma in different people. According to the chart, females are more likely to be asthmatic than males, and also people ages birth to 17, asthma is more prevalent in them than people ages 18 and over. Also, asthma is found more in the denomination of Puerto Ricans than it is in any other denomination. An interesting fact that I found when doing my research on asthma was that in the year 2008, less than half of the people with asthma knew how to avoid triggers, and those that were taught how to avoid the triggers, they didn't follow the advice that they were given. The amount of people suffering from asthma cannot be decreased, but if we provide people with the information and they follow the information they're given, the number of asthma attacks could be lowered from person to person. Asthma can greatly affect a child's learning, social skills, and physical activity. Children with asthma are frequently absent from school, and this causes an educational and social disadvantage to the child because they're missing out on quality learning and also they're missing out on socialization time with their peers. Children affected with mild or moderate asthma have varying periods of absence in school, while those who suffered from more acute asthma attacks, they're usually left incapacitated and their education is seriously interrupted. In the terms of physical activity, the ability level varies among cases. Depending on the severity of the asthma, children may be able to take part in moderate activity, but more strenuous activity could result in asthma attacks, and the child just needs to know what their limitations are. Having a disease like asthma can also affect the personality of a child. Missing school, feeling tired and sick, being limited in the types of activities that they can participate in. It could be very depressing on the child. So the caregivers in a child with asthma's life just need to try to maintain a positive outlook on their situation, and that way the child is more positive about the situation that they're in. Asthma is an ever-growing illness among children in today's society. Through much research, causes, symptoms, and best treatments have been narrowed down to help maintain a better life for all those affected with asthma. If proper procedures are followed, children with asthma can lead a semi-normal childhood and become successful individuals.